you're a little late on cue. When we go live, you have to be a little faster, okay? Yeah. All right, we're live. I'm gonna share a link over to Facebook, and we're gonna be live. There's a little live stream where I'm at with the lead casting equipment setup, and I'm gonna give away some more stickers today. I figure, why not? So, all right, give me just a moment while everyone's piling on. I'm gonna, man, I just sat there and clicked away like, I don't know, 9 or 10 private messages through Facebook. All right, there we go. All right, we're live. Let's see who's commenting here. Who do we have on? All right. We have 7 on. We have Ken Walrath, Tex Pat, Chris Kerr, Jeff Moore, B. Burrell. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I have a little giveaway. It's not much, but I think it does make for a little excitement. Got some stickers. Got some stickers. And I got some coffee. And we've got Bullet, the cat. Oh yeah. Sometimes he wants to play. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he gets really mad too. That's just the nature of cats. But he's my bud. And wherever I go, if I go in that house, he'll jump down. He'll follow me. Come out here, he'll follow me. All right. Ken Walrath says, "Hey y'all." Tex Pat says, "Good morning, Chris Kerr. Hi, happy Sunday." Yes, the happy Sunday. It's really sunny out. If I open this door, if I was set up for casting right now, I'd open that door and stand right here, and I have a really nice view. Jeff Moore, morning, hi boy, and everyone else, and then B. Burrell, afternoon. Okay. Chris Kerr says, "All tactical and shooting experience is held in the number of stickers you have." Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't say I have that much experience. No way. So I've been putting my stickers on here this morning. We have some of them I had to put on twice. I didn't get them as straight as I could have, but I just eyed them. You know, this has to look good. We have Starline. We have Redding. We have Sierra. There's one I got to tell you about. Hang on, I got to tell you about this one. We have blue steel targets. That's the steel targets I use. They're great targets. They really are. Inline fabrication. Y'all know Dan over at Inline Fabrication. We got Nick L on. Everyone say hi to Nick. Ransom International. He's got a very unique sticker. I've had his sticker for quite a while, waiting for a really unique place to put that. This is perfect. Then we got Bravo Company, BCM Gunfighter, BCM 1911. And of course, we have Ruger, and we have the U.S. General. This toolbox is by Harbor Freight. In a minute, I'm going to tell you about the toolbox and then what's in the drawer by NOE. It'll be very good, okay? That's nice hot. I just brewed that. So I want to tell you about Titan. I'm going to grab a link. I got to tell you guys about this place. You're probably wondering why I would have Titan fuel tanks, XX large. Why would I have Titan fuel tanks? This has nothing to do with guns, does it? Or does it? Why would I have that? I'm going to put a link to their website. Go check them out. So let me tell you about Titan XX large fuel tanks. A very, very good friend of mine works there. His name is Ken. He's outstanding. That company, located here in Idaho, they send their employees, I believe it's to Nevada, for handgun training. And they highly encourage all their employees to properly conceal in the way they were trained and to carry their backup mags. When you walk into Titan fuel tanks, the lady sitting at the front desk is armed. And there is a gun-free zone with a circle around it and a slash through it. Anyone who goes there to hurt somebody, that's the last place they want to do it. Now I want to ask you a question. Where would you rather shop? In a gun-free zone or somewhere where everyone's armed and that company promotes the instruction of handgun training, all firearm training. So this is a great company. If you want to support an active, proactive Second Amendment supporting company who promotes concealed carry and who promotes all employees being armed on the job, right there, XX fuel tanks. And now that I got my new High Boy, I would certainly like to maybe in a year or so take advantage of their tanks, not because I need it, because I would like to support them. I think they're a great company. Echo and the Bunnyman is on. Good morning, buddy. So Titan XX fuel tanks. I put a link to their website in the description box. Just check them out, right? Hey, if you don't need a fuel tank, send the link to someone that could use it. They're good people, right? So all right. So I just kind of wanted to. We had a live stream this morning. My mother and me, we sat here and baked cookies. Had cookies and coffee this morning. Went real well. Had a good group, and I just thought I'd do another live stream talking about where I'm at with getting set up for casting. So yes, the first thing we'll talk about is this toolbox. This is a fabulous toolbox. Okay. I was kind of looking around, and then Walter Bunning turned me on to this. And I had been to Harbor Freight, but I really didn't look at this one in the light that I needed it. But this toolbox is regularly $149 at Harbor Freight. For Black Friday, it's $99.99. You cannot beat this. Now, I bought it 2 days ago on Friday. Harbor Freight said you can buy it today for $149. Come back in on Black Friday weekend. We'll reimburse you the $49. So I got it. They're really awesome. So if you buy this before Black Friday, just on the weekend of Black Friday when it's on sale for the Black Friday sale, take your receipt, or if you have an account like me, they can look it up to the phone number. That's just credit your credit card for the $49. So this is a toolbox that I got for right at $99. Okay. So a few things about it. I'm going to move my clipboard out of the way here. Let me explain what I've got going on here. Okay, so with this toolbox, I had the choice, lid up or lid down. Okay, when I cast, I'm not going to roll this outside, and I'm going to I'm not going to tell everyone about the gear I'll be wearing or gear I won't be wearing. I'm not going to tell. I got it all planned. You got to follow along. But how I'm going to be casting is right here. But there's one thing I don't want. On a breezy day when I'm running at a certain temp and I'm trying to hold a window of temperature up and down, and I'm trying to keep my mold at a certain temperature, I don't want a breeze coming straight on in on me. And I thought this is the perfect backdrop. But yet I can still have a fan here blowing exhaust that way and out. So I could have the garage door open, even just partially, and be getting rid of that. I can have a fan right there exhausting out and a fan here. So I have continual air movement that way. And the air movement I have coming across this is consistent based off the push of this fan and the pull of that fan. So I want this to the back, okay? Which meant inside of the toolbox, I have a 3-inch drop. Now that's not going to work. That's not going to work because when I'm going, I can't get my lead molds down there. I've got a 3-inch drop. That's not going to work. So the other thing that was a disadvantage of this is, you know, it's only, let me get the tape measure on this. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. 30.5 inches. That's kind of tight, right? I need more real estate. So I thought of building a box inside or putting a piece of plywood inside, just setting it inside. I thought of cutting it out so it tightly fit. I was just processing. And so last night, crashed out. 4 o'clock this morning, I woke up. And in my head, I saw it. I saw all of this. I got up, got dressed, took a shower, made coffee, got dressed, went around to the shed, pitch dark. I pulled this board out as it is. I didn't cut it or nothing. And would you guys believe that this board width at 17.5, I only needed like 16 3/4. If this board would have been too narrow, it wouldn't have worked. Too much wider, I'd have had to cut it. Just 3/4 of an inch over was perfect. So it can rest on the lip and give me this much more real estate. Just enough, okay? So the depth was perfect. And the length gives me 45.5. Now, I processed doing something like this the other day, and I thought if I did, I would put mounting brackets on the sides to secure it. Because you can't have the board and flop it on there with, you know, hot molten lead on it. You're going to have a disaster and hurt yourself. But this is what I saw in my brain today at 4 o'clock this morning. I thought I can actually use these gas struts to my advantage. Another thing, here's a problem. So if I'm sitting here casting with, and I have this up with these struts, you know, there's always the possibility that this could collapse forward. A little, just a wind hit it or whatever. Maybe not today, but in 10 years down the road when those gas struts give out, I could lose that lid. That would not be good if I'm standing here casting molten lead, right? So this is what I thought. This is what I thought. I came out here with this board and I set it on here and I butted it up against my struts and I made my measurements and I drilled 2 holes. The holes that I drilled, I measured the gas strut rods, the diameter, and the drill bit I chose was like 30 thousandths smaller diameter. Hang on, guys. Anyway, the holes that I drilled for these gas strut rods are about 30 thousandths smaller than the rods themselves, which meant those rods are tight fit to the board. The other thing I did, these have a slight angle to them, okay? So I matched my drill angle with those and I drilled the holes where I marked them. After that, I removed each gas strut from top to bottom, ran them through there, lifted the board up, attached the struts on the bottom because these elbows just thread right off. So I ran the struts through there. I reattached the elbows on the bottom. I reattached those elbows to the toolbox like they should. So in other words, these rods underneath are attached just like this. And so I just eased the board down. I reattached those like that. I reattached these gas strut rods to the top of those brackets, and I have a tight lid. I can't raise this to even get under here. So these gas struts being tight in those holes was the whole fix just to putting this board on here. And now I don't need any side brackets whatsoever after I have my my Lyman furnace and I have a Lee furnace. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the Lee furnace. I don't know if they'll both go on here or if the Lee will come over on another table here. I don't know. But this gives me real estate to work, and it's very secure. The other thing is this board now sets it up to where this, if I start yanking on this, I'm going to start bending stuff. So a gust of wind isn't going to be a problem. So this worked out really nice, really nice. So Harbor Freight right now, the U.S. General, this is the 4-drawer cabinet, tool cabinet, 4-drawer tool cabinet on their Black Friday sale. Check it out, $99. Okay. Okay, Andy's saying, Andy79 saying, think you still need to mount it more secure to the cart as when you have all the weight of the furnace on there. You do, okay, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I'm not going to put any brackets on this until I get the weight, and then I'll put brackets. I thought about that. If I bracket this down, I want it good and tight. So yeah, I've addressed that, and I'll probably use some sheet metal screws to go into this for the bracket, that type of deal. So the jury is not done on that. Okay. So and with that, if I do that, this makes for a pretty ideal top. It's been out in the weather. It's been under the eave of my shed. It's perfect because it's a little separated, but who cares? Yeah, and the other thing, every once in a while, I just swap this out for another one. No big deal. So there, that's the first thing. Any thoughts? Any other side thoughts? Yeah, I agree. Safety is always number one. Always number one. Because you wouldn't want to have that happen with a little bit of lead in the pot. You don't want that. So I agree. Need a couple of outriggers. That's an interesting one. Outriggers, that's an interesting idea. Just kind of tighten it down. Might work. I could go from the sides down, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What are options? What are options for this? Side brackets, just L brackets on the front. That would be more than adequate. I could put some for my hardware. Use some flathead screws with and tighten the nuts down on the bottom, and I could do 4, 2 underneath on this side, do 2 underneath on that side. Jay's saying panhead screws. They are used for metal stud framing and some small brackets. You shouldn't need shelf brackets unless you put the weight on the ends that are not supported. Okay, I will put a little weight on here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. That's why I haven't done nothing. I want to kind of get the furnaces on here and see. Andy's saying use a shelf bracket 6 to 8 inches. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I kind of thought about that. The 6 inches, because we got 7.5 on each side. So I thought a little like a 5.5 inch. That might work. Good stuff here. Very good stuff. I'm kind of thinking the shelf brackets, little 5.5 inch, I think that would probably be best, because then I can put the weight further out. And I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I just need one on each side. That's all that I need. And I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna maybe line it with wood so nothing will roll off onto the floor. I'm just thinking, I don't want to have to catch something real fast and bump something if I know something's on here. What do you guys think? Would you put a little lip or edge around this? What are your thoughts? I'm interested in that. We wouldn't take much. Okay, here we go. And you know, I could even attach it coming off the side. It doesn't have to be on the top. It could come up off the side. Kyle Luck says he's about ready to fire up his leaf pot. And I'm not going to stain it. I don't care about that. I'm going to kill this board. Would you? Okay. Would you guys stain it? Would you take the time to stain this? I don't mind. I like building stuff, but I personally, I don't go to the extremes. I don't have that carpenter side. I want it to work. I want it strong. I like level. I like functionality. Okay, Andy says yes, lip it. Yeah, I agree. I gotta, hang on. I'm missing some of my comments. My cat's talking to me. Echo says he would weld brackets. I'm not a welder. I want simple. I just want simple. Okay. Use off the side. It will finish the edger. Kyle's saying, keep in mind it gets heavier with lead in it. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't want to put any brackets on until I get some weight on here to get it where I want it. I'm thinking some guys are saying no to the lip. Oh, I think you guys are saying no. Yeah, I don't want to stain it. I agree. I don't want to stain it. You're going to burn it. So, yeah. Sheet metal on the top. I thought about it, but I like the wood. I like the wood. Yeah, it's going to stain itself, huh? But this is all good stuff. It's all good comments. Not metal. Use aluminum. Lead will not stick to it. Yeah, I kind of thought about that. Metal, they'll stick to it. Yeah. Echo, I can weld for you. Bracket out of really thin steel and send them. Oh, no. I think that I even have somewhere I have some 5.5 inch shelving brackets. It's just too easy. This isn't worth welding onto. It's so, you know, no. I'm just going to get some shelf brackets, put them underneath there. I'm good. That is more than what I need, but I appreciate it. If I was a welder, I might do something like that. If I was a welder, I might make my own box. Actually, if I was a welder, I'd make me a bumper on my truck for a winch. Hey, you guys know? Okay. I've been looking at winches. You're talking $1,200 for a Warn. I just don't have that money. Harbor Freight has that Badland winch. I've talked to some guys. That's not too shabby of a winch for a person that isn't out off-roading every weekend. But just for an occasional get me out of a stuck situation, their Black Friday sale on a 12,000-pound Badland winch, $289. $289. Man, I was like, if I had that money, I would have bought that winch. If I'd have seen that before I started getting into casting, I might have bought that. No, I'm teasing. Okay, Echo, you could make a stainless steel bathtub for the plywood to sit down into that would strengthen it up, and you could braze it. No, I think that's overthinking it. I think simplicity is best. Simplicity is best. Okay, Ken Walrus says, I agree with Ken Thomas. What's Ken saying? Yeah, overkill's no good. I agree. It's just simple. Um, Echo, staining it would be a bad idea. Stain is highly flammable, so is polyurethane paint. Exactly. We'll have to watch the replay of this. Have things to finish before dinner. Okay, Andy. Hey, have a good one. It's on a little afternoon here, so. So this is good stuff. My furnaces should be here this week, and I'll get them mounted, and then I'll see my then I'll have my anchoring points figured out. But I like this. I really like this. I like how the rods are going back through there to support that. I think that's pretty good. It's just driving me nuts. I wish everything was here right now. I would start melting lead, filling ingots. I got a spot over here. I'm gonna be storing my ingots. So I don't know. I'm gonna put some on the bottom. I think some weight on the bottom is a good thing. This will hold up to 580 pounds overall structurally, but not a full 580 pounds on that bottom, you know. And I don't want to have to put supports under because it is mobile. Okay, one way I have my shop set up, when it gets really cold, easily I can move all of my toolboxes to there and pull my table aside, and I can get my wife's car in. So she's warm in the morning. I like to do that for her. So the way I have this set up, it's all, I can move it really easy and then put it back when I'm, within minutes, it's up and ready to go. So I like that. Kyle Lusk, yeah, I think it was a good move to put the struts through and keeping them tight. I just picked a drill bit that had a slightly smaller diameter than the strut, about 30 thousandths smaller. And man, those strut rods, they worked right through there. They were stiff, and once they went through, man, they hold really good. Okay, so there we go. That's the bench top. So now I'm going to get into the NOE mold. But first off, I have some stickers we're going to give away. Got some stickers here at the end. I'm going to give these away. We already gave away one set. Dead Horse was the winner. And so we'll give some more away. And anyone can win. If Dead Horse jumps in and wins again, hey, that's okay. All right. So, all right. The second thing is my NOE molds showed up. And the handles and the bushing, or the die, the sizing die and the die bushing showed up. So, okay, on the weight on the bottom is a very good thing for a cart on wheels. Yeah, I agree with that. I got to have some weight down there. So I'm going to be thinking about what's going to go on there. So, all right, I'm going to show you guys the molds. Now, one thing I really like about this, let me position this so you guys can see this a little better. One thing I like about the, some guys say, wow, you're so organized. I have too much stuff to not be organized. I don't like to look and look. I like to know right where it's at, use it, and put it away, okay? So I like the drawers. I have 1, 2. Okay, one thing I did, if you get this, there's 2 pins underneath this that this latch pushes up and down. Those pins lock the drawers. You can unbolt that and pull the guts out. I did that. So I have that top on there. The pins aren't in the way. I can open the drawers. And the other thing, as you see, they snap shut. And I got wheel locks. Okay, I have wheel locks, so I'm not worried about opening them up with the lead on there. If I've got lead on there, I'm going to have everything out that I need. And if I open it, I can do it gentle. Okay. So I like the drawer storage. Okay. So now we have everything by NOE. I gotta tell you, his handles make me just want to say NOE is the way to go for me. I thought about this. These handles are so nice that I thought every time I want a new mold, I'm just going to save the money and do it right. Not to say others aren't. I really like these, okay? Very, very heavy. And what you'll see, I'm going to do a presentation once I have everything. Once I have everything, I'm going to do a presentation on how to set the molds up. Guy does a nice job. You look in there, those molds are absolutely perfect. This guy does a great job. So NOE, if you got questions on what molds you want, call NOE and ask for Al. He's a great guy, great guy. So that's pretty much the rundown. This is the mold for, see, 0.432 diameter. When we size this, it'll be a 0.431 diameter, even with the powder coat. This mold is going to put this bullet 2,000ths of an inch over our 0.429. And Sammy's specs on for, Sammy says we could use a bullet between 0.429 and 0.423, so it's right where we want to be. We got reloader dude on. Yes, they are aluminum. Yes, they are. Yes, I'm going to get a hot plate. I still got stuff I gotta get for this. I gotta catch up on some comments. I see some comments. We got reloader dude in the house. Loader dude, I'm just kind of showing the guys where I'm at, what I progressed up to, what my bench looks like. Okay, Bunnyman, you want a worm drive winch, not a planetary worm. Drives are slower and they pull a heck of a lot harder. And my buddy does custom welding brackets for winches and off-road. That's cool. Yeah, I understand that all about the worm drives and all that, but for 289, I mean 289, you kind of can't beat that. Juanito, sit and cast high, set up like a bar to do an easy getting up and no lap for hot lead. Well, that's another thing. I prefer to stand. I wear a really good pair of boots or good pair of quality shoes with good arches. I always prefer to stand all that I can. But I didn't want to sit down a full sit. You guys, you do not want to sit in your lap. We understand that, right? I thought about sitting up high, but I'm a stander. And so that's another thing. I got this to be somewhere my height so I can stand. That's not to say that sometimes I might not, I might sit a little bit, but like Juanito's saying, I'll be positioned a little higher, okay? I like to stand. I stand all that I can. I do. Charles Miller, did you receive your Lyman Mag 25 yet? Got mine yesterday. Going to break it in later today and keep the Lee pot as backup. Okay, and I see I'm going to read the next question. I'll answer both. Echo's saying you're going to have 2 pots up there, high boy, and 50 pounds of lead 25 per pot. You might want to be a little thicker than 3/4 inch plywood and use 5-ply or 3/4. I'm going to have 2 pots. Yeah, I will. But they'll never both be full. I'll never run both of those at once. I'll give you, no, I'm not going to say what I'm going to use them for yet. Wait till I get them and I'll position them. This table right here, I have two more tables just like this out in my shed. This is a kind of a presentation table. I got the fancy top on there. I use this for my videos, for my ransom rest. But I have another one that I might have my Lee on this. I might. I don't know. It's still in the work. If I have two pots on this, I could have two pots. I'll only be using one at a time. So I'm not worried about, and as far as the thicker plywood, I'm just running with what I got. It's good enough for me. This didn't cost me a thing, and it fit perfect. So these are all good points, though. I mean, it's very good points. Okay, a reloader dude saying, I wished I would have made it easier. What do you mean by that, reloader dude? And by the way, it's good to see you. We get so busy. Sometimes a reloader dude and me, we talk, and other times, like, we don't see each other for a while. What do you mean by you wished you would have made it easier? We got JH586. Bunnyman, for 100, you made out like a bandit. I don't have any room, but I may purchase one of those just for my garage. For doing my tumbling or so I don't have to be anywhere near that. Yeah. Jay's saying double 2 3/4 inch should span the weight out without shelf brackets, but screw them together. And I thought about that, but I'm going to run with this. I'm going to try this because this didn't cost me a dime. Okay, reloader dude, I wished I would have got the more expensive pots with the PID built in. Just so everyone knows, I bought the Lyman Mag 25. Before I did that, I was looking at Lee. I was all about budget. I had seen the others. I didn't know what PID meant, but I had looked at Lyman and I understand what it did. I knew that much. And when Loads of Bacon said, if you don't have a furnace with the PID, save until you do, I thought, man, I need to get that. So I got that. But you know what? I thought, if I have a YouTube channel, I've always wanted to try the Lee. The Lee is a great pot. It is. I thought, you know what? I'm going to have both of them. I can work with both of them, so I have the knowledge. That's one of the nice things. I've been able to work with a lot of different presses, so I understand personalities of equipment and stuff. I'm not going to have a Lee and alignment to say one's bad, one's good. I'm going to say I have them both, and this is how they work. Okay. Okay. Reloader, the Lees work, but I like the PID. The problem with Lyman is some molds don't fit, and we'll find out. My mold might not fit in my Lyman, right? We'll have to find out. But someone was saying, and I think NOE might have a setup on that more molds will fit. I'll just have to find out. So this is the mold, and then okay. This is a bunch of stuff. I don't know anything about these. I haven't worked with them. Couldn't tell you much. They're by NOE. So it just got to follow along. And then I got bushings in here. I got the instructions. So I'll be showing you guys how all this works. Every bit of it. I'm gonna do every bit of this video by video. Be one playlist for casting. So if someone can, if they want to just see my journey in it and how I do it, the products and equipment I'm using, they can jump in. So that's what I've got. So it's kind of open for questions. Go for it. I did, when I was putting this on, I thought, if it was thicker, I would, is more dense, especially when I screw it down. But it's pretty doggone nice the way it is. So I think it's good. Kyle's saying, come on over, man. You can cast with me. Who's got coffee? So that's my Black & Decker oven. That's my easy bake oven. And I moved my case tumbler up there, my Thumbler's tumbler up there, because that's where my power cord's at now. So I moved that up there. I had to also need more room that way, so the case tumbler had to come out. Well, I just figured that was a good spot for it. They're both powered in. I got this set up. These are my dirty cases. They're my doity cases right here. These are fired cases. These are fired cases that are in the works. In other words, I'll never really get into these until their lifespan up there is shot up. Once I clean these, they go back over into those buckets. So I got like a 3-stage system for my organization. As I get new brass, they just go into here. Someday I'll get to them. Some of them are already pretty much processed, but I just don't shoot them all up. I'm working through these, and then when they're full and they're exhausted from over there, then I process them through and put them back. That's kind of the pattern that I have. Okay, Chuck Best. Oh, I got caffeine. You got caffeine? Jake says, what are you casting today? And Kyle says 44 mag, 308, 200, and some missiles. That's cool. This is going to be a different journey. Like right now, if someone wants to do something on reloading, it's over there. I really can't. So as this develops, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But right now, this is all I got. I got all these messages coming through. I got 2 monitors. I got a monitor here and a monitor there. And these messages, they're just like, we got. Okay, that's on a different video. I got all these messages. I got messages coming in from my Gmail on my phone. I got messages coming in from my Yahoo. I've got messages coming in from YouTube. I've got messages coming in from Facebook, and I've got messages coming in from Utah Gun Exchange. That's crazy. Oh, Nick, is Nick leaving us? Hey, Nick L, have a good day. Okay, Bunnyman says, I took your advice, Highboy, and purchased Little Crow Gunworks, World's Finest Trimmer version 2, that you can change the calipers on. Thank you very much. High quality product. Yeah, and I owe you guys a live stream on that. This has got me a little snowed in right now. But we'll get some live streams. I want to get some live streams going on the T7 turret and the World's Finest Trimmer. And I owe you one on the ransom handgun rest. And then that's coming down the pike. Just a lot of stuff. Jake says, I have some German specialty coffee in a medium dark roast. B. Burrell, you all would know better, but my only concern would be, or ventilation, but you all would know better. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. My plan is to have this door open. Hang on, you're going to lose me in a minute. Okay, you get the point? But on a really cold day with a breeze, that's going to kill my mold, all right? So here's the deal. There's something that I know, and I know this. Years ago, okay, my father, when he casted, for years he casted on the end of his bench, and all the way at the other end of the shop was the door. And the door right here went into the house. He would have that little man door open when it was nice. When it was cold, he'd have it shut with the wood stove going on. My dad, he casted for decades that way. Back then, you never heard of anyone saying you need ventilation. You never heard people complaining about problems. But what gets you and what will kill you is the vapors. When you get your lead so hot that you start getting that red oxidation, that is really bad. That is really bad. And when you get that, really, even the best ventilation, it really isn't enough. I mean, think about it. Just think about this. Process this. You have a campfire. The smallest, see, no one ever talks about this. You have the smallest little campfire. You're out in the middle of nowhere, and you light that, and you smell it. Wouldn't that tell you that with your lead, with the best ventilation out in the middle of nowhere, that's still going to get to your nose? Now, you want the majority of it gone. You want the majority of it gone if you can, right? But here's the deal. You keep that lead under, say, you could keep it under 750 and you wouldn't get oxidation. You keep lead above 650, all you need is the lead hot enough that it fills the cavity uniformly and perfectly. You don't need it any hotter. Why would you want any hotter? It's more work on the furnace. You don't want the bullets to be frosted and all this stuff. And I'm new to this, starting over, so I'm not going to get too deep. But that tells me that if I have lead somewhere in a neighborhood of 650 degrees, you're not going to get vapors. But even so, you go take the smallest fire. The other night, I took some gunpowder outside. I took a small little sample of gunpowder out back, and I lit it on a brick. And I walked away 20 feet away with the wind, and I smelled it. Point proven. No matter how much ventilation you have, you're still going to inhale that. But it's the vapors. Now, back in I'm going to say 87 or 88, I had a friend. This guy was old. He was an auto body mechanic. He did auto body the old-fashioned way. Body filler was lead. And he absolutely refused to go putty. Absolutely. And I was talking to him. He said he was a shooter. He was a caster. He did everything with lead. He casted his own fishing weights, and he worked with lead. And he said he never had problems with lead poisoning in his blood. And he said they worked for years indoors with that lead and didn't have a problem. And he laughed. He said, one person screams that lead will kill you. He says, that's incorrect. When worked with it properly, lead will not harm you. So if you're talking about ventilation, so guess what? If I'm out here casting, I'm going to have this door up. I'm going to have that door open. I'm going to have a fan there blowing that way. And I'm going to have a fan here blowing this way. But when I'm making videos, I can't do that because you guys won't see a thing I'm doing. So I'm going to have that door open. I'm going to have this door closed. And guess what? I'm not going to worry about it. And guess what I'm going to do? Okay, if you get lead poisoning, you get too much, you're dead. You just die. You just die. And if I die, I'm going to go to heaven. That's where I'll go. I'm not worried about dying. But I'll go down and have my blood tested. I'll just do it every couple months or every 3 months while I'm doing that. And we'll just see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Now, if it's really nice out, I'm going to have the door open all the way. I'll have my fans on. I think that that's great. But I do think that there is this element in this world where, you know, lead-based paints they used to have on cribs, that lead was encapsulated in the paint. Think about it. It's captured. And you don't absorb through the skin. It's when you breathe it in on a vaporized level. How does it get to a vaporized level? When it begins oxidizing. When your lead furnace is, that lead's getting red, that's when you got the problem. That's my opinion. Someone prove me wrong on that. You go out, make the smallest fire you can. Take a old metal, take a little can that you have vegetables in, a can of beans, wash it out, dry it, and then put some really light paper in there and put it out in your yard and light it and walk away. That little fire and stand there. Guess what? You're going to smell it. Your neighbors will smell it. Everyone will smell it. That would mean if you were casting out of a little lead pot out there, you're going to smell it. So even open doors, you're going to inhale it. Okay. You guys are talking about rifles. I think it's great. Anyway, that's my thought. That's just my thought. Oh, Juanito, I did think of an extractor fan. I think that would be the best setup. But for right now, I just don't have it. I'm not saying if you don't have a way to exhaust it, you shouldn't. I think that's great. I do. I've thought of an overhead exhaust fan setup, but I just don't have the money. Let's see, JH or Jay. He's saying you still need more ventilation, though. In my opinion, that's nasty stuff to breathe. We will see. Stay tuned. I'm just reading the three of your guys' comments. Okay. Casting safety is always important. Ken Walrath, that was Kyle. Ken saying, I used to work in zinc mine. The lead got shipped to Canada. Kyle left. I do mine on the back porch. On really nice days, heck, I'll scoot this out a little way and get being that where it's really nice. And hey, B. Burrell, you have a good day too, buddy. That's not to say that I'm not going to take advantage of having the door open all I can. And okay, so Loader Dude, I do it. Okay, I want to ask for Loader Dude about this. The Loader Dude says, I do it in my shop with the door open and small fan, no issues. Are you saying, Reloader Dude, that you have actually had your blood work done and had it checked? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that on a regular basis you have blood work checked? Okay, but so how would, if you don't have your blood work checked, how do you know? I mean, last time I checked with lead poisoning, are there symptoms of lead poisoning? Well, let's see. Hey, ask Google. Well, I'll Google it. Symptoms of lead poisoning. Here's 10 signs of lead poisoning. Okay, first sign of lead poisoning. You're robbed by somebody, or you see a rapist and you shoot them and they die of lead poisoning. Okay, that's your first symptom that someone just died from lead poisoning. Here's your second symptom that someone died of lead poisoning. Second symptom of dying of lead poisoning. Okay, somebody is creeping around your house and they die from your lead because you shot them. That's the second reason you can die from lead poisoning. No, I'm being funny. It can be all this stupid article and ad. Okay, Reloader Dude. Hey, Reloader Dude. You want to be on live stream? We can do it. Okay, Echo's saying your fingernails will turn funky color under your nail beds from lead poisoning. That's one sign. Okay. The Reloader Dude's right. People have had lead bullets in them from years and haven't died. And they've never had lead poisoning because lead isn't absorbed that way. Requires a medical diagnosis. Symptoms include developmental delays, abdominal pain, mental delays, abdominal pain, neurologic changes, irritability at very high levels. It can be fatal. Heart attack. Wrong side. Heart attack. These are bigger caliber and better shot placement. Breathe deeply. I had gosh, how can I get someone on here that really knows the topic? Maybe I'll get okay. Okay. I'm not going to tell you who this guy is. It is not fair for me to share information from someone else without their approval. But I'll tell you the information. I just won't tell you the guy. I talked to a guy 2 days ago. No, 3 days ago. 3 days ago, I talked to this guy on the phone. And this guy, he has been casting his own bullets 30 years. If you knew who this guy was, it'd blow you away. And you know what he says? He says, I don't use that much ventilation, never have. I said, what do you use for protection? Because this is me. This is me talking. I agreed with him. He said, I wear a pair of safety goggles. He said, and I roll my sleeves up when I get to work. He says, he's the kind of guy, been a welder. He can take a spark. He can take an arc. He has a little lead on it. Just keeps going. And I told him, well, I'm the kind of guy, I hit myself with a hammer. I shrug it off. I hit my thumb so much, so hard once, I almost saw bone. Wrapped it up and go. Get a sliver, pull it out and go. I'm sitting there casting, get a little lead on my arm. Well, guess what? I won't do that again. I'll learn from that. So for me, I'm not going to have an apron. I'm not going to have welding gloves. I told this guy, I said, you know, welding gloves to me are going to get in the way. He said, absolutely. For me, I don't want nothing that's going to get in the way. I told him, I said, there's a difference between actively paying attention and passively paying attention. He said, yeah, he agreed. Actively paying attention, you are actively being careful, okay? So for me, I agree with this guy. He said he has been casting for 30 years. He works around this type of stuff every day. He says, I don't have anything crazy for ventilation. Never have, never needed it. He totally agreed, and he was the one that brought up the lead turning red. He said, that is what will kill you. When that lead starts putting off that red, he said, that is bad news. And he said, you never get your lead that hot. He said, I think to get that, you would have to have your lead over 1,000 degrees. So 650 to 700, I don't buy it. Let's see. We ran around with lead pellets in our mouths and pellet gun in, yeah, that's right, from age 5 to 10, and often swallowing some, yeah, that's right, and still climbing high mountains in the Andes at 55. Yeah, that is so right. I can remember putting pellets in our mouths and running around the exact same thing. I don't know that I ever swallowed one, but yeah, I know guys that don't. Yeah, I know guys that don't use ventilation, and my dad was one. And my dad, he did that for decades. He started doing that when he was 20, and I think my dad quit doing it somewhere around the age of 60. Around the age of 60, he finally put everything away, and he just. But then you know what he did? Then he started casting for fishing sinkers. So he never had ventilation. Okay, here's another thing. I have a friend. I don't know if he's still alive or not. Well, 6 years ago, he was in his late 70s. His name's Ron. Always into guns. Always into guns. This guy blew a robber away with the shotgun. They called the sheriff, took the body away. In those days, no charges pressed. It was a pawn shop. Guy comes in to rob him, just flat blows him away. That's Ron for you. And Ron said, oh, I don't care. Just get him out of here, right? Ron was a long-time caster. He did all that stuff back in the day. And Ron will always tell you, back in the day, you never heard of this stupid garbage. Ron will tell you all this came about for 2 reasons. 1, lawyers, liability. 2, the world saying you're going to die from lead, and they don't even know what they're talking about. You know what this issue is like, in my opinion? This is what this issue is like. Saying that casting lead is going to kill you is like saying the AR-15 is an assault rifle. No, it's not. No, it's not. Having lead boil at the degree it begins oxidizing, that will kill you. That's very bad. That's very bad. So there's a lot of misstatements in that, and I've always known it. I've always been aware of it, and I don't agree with it. That's one reason why I'm in a, you guys will see. You'll see. Eckelman, lead poisoning is cumulative. Your body doesn't get rid of it very fast. It takes months to get rid of a small amount out of your bloodstream, and that's right. That's right. Reloader dude, Ken Walrath, they're chatting. Just remember, heavy metals such as lead is one of the key ingredients in pesticides. I remember the fishing weights that were little Pac-Man and chomping those down on a fishing string. Yeah, and then biting them off. Yeah, the remember all my life, you put the little weight on there and you bite it. You never get lead poisoning. Jeff Moore, I eat. Okay, Jeff's on here. Jeff's on here. Jeff. Guys, Jeff, he casts a lot. Okay, lead isn't good for you, but it's not bad for you. Oxidized lead will kill you. Jeff Moore, how much ventilation do you have? How much ventilation do you have? How long have you been casting? Guys, this guy, he's on the Facebook group. Let me give you my link to the Facebook group. Okay. While we're waiting for him to respond. Oop, I need a. Only in Cali will lead cause cancer or poisoning, along with everything else. Yeah. On a political level, if we were all throwing lead at 1,000 degrees, I would never sign up for that. I would not sign up for that. 2 box fans, garage door, and a small vent hood suspended above my casting table. Well, you didn't help me. That's okay. I don't have no problem with the guy that wants adequate ventilation. I don't think there's a problem with that. What he's saying about I thought about suspending a hood with a duct and stuff. I thought about it, you know. It's just an interesting topic. Hey, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know. You know the lead poisoning, where it came from. You know, the lead in the fuel. I do think there was something to that. The lead in the fuel, leaded fuel, leaded. I think that there was something to that with the exhaust coming off of vehicles, people breathing that on that level, in the levels that smog was forming in the cities. I think that was a very legitimate deal. But then they took it to lead-based paints. There's another thing. Okay, Jeff says it's overkill for sure, but it gets cold in Oregon, so I need a good for when the temp drops. Yeah, I get it. You'll hear these stories. I saw this thing on TV. These people had painted their deck with lead-based paints, and their child goes out and is eating the paint, and the child dies. And they sum it up to, you know, they look at it, and the child died from lead poisoning. We'll look at what Reloader Dude said. The amount of, we had Juanito say, consumption, they consumed lead and didn't die. Well, why? Well, maybe a child's smaller, maybe that could happen. But do kids really go around eating paint? I don't know. I don't know. But I will tell you this. Stories are put on TV like that are not true. When they aired that story, no one came out with a confirmed doctor. Nobody came out with all the details where you can go and you can go down, you can actually see that person did die. There was nothing of that. It's just a story. And everyone buys into it. Because my dad for years would talk about those stories of people dying from lead and say, there was never nothing confirmed. My dad said, as long as I've been around lead, I've never died, right? Echo Bunnyman, I agree 100%. Tumbling brass in a tumbler creates areas in my garage that test positive for lead residue all around the tumbling area. That's why I do it away from my shop in the garage. That's interesting. That's why I like my wet tumbling. Okay, we got a home runner warning. This life drink contains chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. Yeah, you said it, dude. Yeah. Jeff's temps range from 0 to 105. Yeah, that's a tough one, huh? Because I'm going to be here's the deal. Pretty quick for me when I'm casting, and if it's 10 degrees outside, it's going to be cold enough in here anyway. Well, not really. I'll have a furnace going, right? So I'll be kind of warm. But I'm not going to, nah, I'm not worried about it. That's a good one, home runner. By the way, everyone, welcome home runner, new guy. Okay, Sour Collar, see you later, buddy. He's got to go feed. Hey, you got to go. I'll help you feed your deer. Yeah, I'll help you feed that deer. Hey, no, take care of your deer, man. I love it when people take care of animals. So Jeff Moore and Jay, it looks like they're in the same area. Very cool. It's kind of neat when you guys realize you're connected geographically. Loader Dude, kids played with lead toys for years. Yeah, for years kids played with lead toys. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're going to like this group because we're a clean group. No one bashes anyone. No one swears. We're just about topic. Thank you for feeding. Yeah, thank you for feeding our food. You know, send those deer our way. Could you feed them, grain and corn? We'd appreciate that. Okay, Juanito, finding lead residue in your shop does not mean that all that lead is poisonous. The same people that says fluoride is good says lead is bad. That's right. AR Precision, I played with them too. Yeah, my parents used to have these. They had these lead toys that finally at a certain point they wouldn't let us play with them because my mom would always tell my dad, "Don't you melt these down and shoot them," you know. Yeah. Jeff Moore, it's just not that huge of a concern. Just take a few precautions. That's what I say. Kyle Lusk, I'm playing with lead now. Yeah. All right. So I think we beat that pretty good. But let me tell you this. What I'm not going to do, I'm just not going to sit here and go and go and go. I'm going to go. I feel like I owe this. I should be able to go to my doctor every couple months and say, go ahead, draw my blood. Draw my blood. I don't care about needles. Draw my blood and let me know if you see any blood poisoning. I want to know. Or any lead poisoning. And I'll let you guys know. If my lead levels go up, you'll know, right? And then I'll do something different. But if I go to that doc every few months for that first year, and then every other year after that, if I don't, and I'm sitting here casting, you'll know. Okay, so you guys, Who's ready for a giveaway? Who's ready for a giveaway? I'm gonna wind this down because it's about ready to take my mother-in-law home. I love her. I'm gonna miss her. We're gonna take her home. I'm gonna show you the stickers. Who wants to do a giveaway? It's simple. It's nothing big. Just some stickers. Okay. Desad says, what you got? Okay. I have an Odin Works sticker. You would love this cat, wouldn't you? You want this cat, huh? Anywhere I go, he goes. And he loves to play. He doesn't, he can get he'll get really mad sometimes. He'll give me the stinky eye, and then he'll come over and he'll just bash my leg and walk off. Like I deserved it, right? You can't have my cat. He won't fit in the box. Okay. We got Sierra. Got Starline. We got Dan or inline fabrication. You can put that in the window of your vehicle. Bravo Company, right there. Bravo Company. Got another Bravo Company. Nice window sticker. This is a neat one because you can make the star separate. It's a good sticker. It's easy to put on. Blue steel targets. If you're looking at good steel targets, these are good steel targets. And Ruger. I'm going to be getting a hold of these companies and saying, hey, send stickers. So we'll start doing giveaways. I could do sticker giveaways every video. And so, okay. Okay. I'm holding, okay, so Jeff Moore wants the blue steel one. Okay, I can send it to you if you win. If you win, okay? I think Blue Steel Targets is in your area. I think. They're the nice guys, and they're really good. I have some stickers. And I don't know how many is in my hand. Neither do you. You don't know how many stickers are here. So here's the deal. I'm going to count these. I'm going to step aside and count these. Now, don't go putting your numbers out. And you can only put one number out per round. In other words, if no one gets it, then I'll say go again until we get it. Someone's going to win. So I'm going to step aside and I'm going to count these. And I'm going to come back when I say go. Then you guys can tell me how many stickers are here. Okay? All right. Give me just a second. Hang on, I got to double count them. Okay. Now take a good look. Everyone can only guess once. If you guess more than once, you're disqualified. All right. I see everyone's throwing their numbers out there. Ken Walrath, 11. We got 2 7s. We got a 9. We got a 9. got a 6, an 8, an 11, a 5. Can only, for this round, only one time. If you guys see someone with 2, let me know, because they'll be disqualified. And I got to do it fair. I'm not. Someone might have already got it. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm playing my deck of cards. Okay. I'm going to type start over, and I want everybody to re-guess. But don't do it till I put start over. I'm gonna change it. Hang on. I'm gonna change the amount of stickers. Okay. Okay, you're sweating bullets. That means you got lead poisoning. Okay. As soon as you see start over, everyone gets 1 guess at the stickers. Okay? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The first one that said 8 after I said start over wins. Reloader dude. Roy, my good friend. Okay, Roy. Roy won the Ruger, the Sierra, the Starline, the Odinworks, Inline Fabrication, BCM, another BCM, and the Steel Targets. Roy, you have my phone number. Shoot me a text with your address. This is awesome. And I want to thank everybody. Hey, we'll do more sticker giveaways. And I need to see if we can get a giveaway going the next couple weeks. So, okay. AR Precision saying Kyle won. It's the first one on my comments. You could see. Okay, hang on. I will prove it. Oh my gosh. Kyle Lusk did win. Well, guys, Kyle Lusk won. So Kyle, you get the stickers, and Roy, I'm going to send you my Springfield XT45 auto. And sorry about that you didn't get the stickers after all. Really sorry about that. So, you know, we'll get this sent right over to you, buddy. Tell you what, Kyle. Give me your address. I'm going to hook you up, both up with stickers. They might not be the same, but you'll get 8 stickers. Each of you will get 8 stickers. We'll start doing sticker giveaways because I can afford stamps. That's easy. And thank you for calling me on that. Jeff Warwick for sure. Yeah, I'm not a Democrat. That is so funny. I will hook both of you up. I will. I'm an easy person. I'm generous. That's great. All right. So Reloader Dude, text me your address. Kyle, send me your address to that email. We'll get the envelope set off tomorrow. Dead Horse won the other stickers this morning. If we turn blue, I'll move out. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Ken. Hey, hope everything's okay. Okay. So everyone, I want you to type the word lead casting. No, lead kills. Lead kills. Put lead kills, and I'll call your name out. You're gonna go ahead and turn her down here. Stay tuned. Tuesday night, I'm gonna do more of an update. If not, we'll have something. I'll put something together if I don't get more of my lead casting equipment. Okay, Desad, Kyle, Desad. God, I can't say that. Kyle Lusk is out. Desad's out. Jeff Moore's out. Jay is out. Ratchet Man is out. Jonathan, hey, guys, got a new guy, Jonathan McClure. Welcome him in. He's out. Echo the Bunnyman's out. Floyd Hicks, good to see you. He's out. The Reloader Dude's out. Chuck Best is out. Desad, California kills. Sadly enough. Well, actually, liberals in California have killed way more than guns. AR Precision. Hey, AR Precision, send me a link. Would you do that? AR Precision. Send me a email to there. Anyone that wants to say hi, I'll put you in my phone. Just send me an email to that ground zero. Give me a couple days, and I'll shoot you a text and say hi. We got William Roy out. Ratchet Man. Welcome, Jonathan. Mike Force 1 is out. All right, we got AR Precision. So here we go. Okay, guys and gals, we are out in 3, 2, 1. We'll see you Tuesday night with a live stream. God bless.